here in the Bahamas. I'm your moderator, Inderia Saunders, and I want to welcome you all officially to this. This is grand. But let me tell you something. I think it was Helen Keller who once said that alone we can accomplish so little, but together we accomplish so much. And this event here embodies what we all can do when we come together. When we all put our minds together, when we source our talents, source our networks, and we come together, we have Icon of the Islands here in the Bahamas. And our panelists today represent so many of the islands around the region, countries around the region, countries, islands in the Bahamas. And I just want to kick off and completely just introduce them all to you. We're going to start off with Alvin Marks, who is the founder of Icon of the Islands and the executive producer. This is his brainchild, and this is where it is today. And this is amazing. And then to his left, we have Pat Charles, who actually hails from Haiti, talking about the islands, talking about coming together. To his right, we have Anthony Boza from the US, who is the executive producer of the show and New York Times best-selling author. Let me tell you, we have a talented panelist here today. To Anthony's right, we have Bianca Bethel Sawyer, who is the events and sponsorship manager at Alive. Great sponsor here for us, our communication sponsor. We couldn't be talking to you guys without them. We couldn't be talking to each other without them today. And we have here our great sponsors, Bahamas Local. We have Vanessa Mott here, who is the marketing consultant and content developer with Bahamas Local. We welcome you guys. To Pat's left, we have Melissa Colbert, who is the marketing manager of Cable Bahamas. And to Melissa's left, I know I'm reaching, but to her left, we have very welcome sponsors. We have Paul Fernando, who's the specialist project coordinator for the Guardian Media Group. Welcome. We just want to start off today with Alvin right here. And Alvin, can you tell us a little bit about why the Bahamas and how did you get here today?
All right. First off, I'm Alvin Marks Jr., CEO of LP Entertainment, the award-winning entertainment company hailing from the United States Virgin Islands, St. Thomas to be exact. Icon of the Islands basically evolved from a 10-year project in the Virgin Islands base called Virgin Islands Idol. It was a local talent search in the Virgin Islands that basically attracted talents from throughout the Caribbean, from Dominica, neighboring islands like St. Croix and Tortola, even as far as Puerto Rico. So over the 9 years, stemming into the 10th year, which we evolved into Icon of the Islands, the competition just grew, the network grew from record labels to sponsors to partners to film directors. And it actually brought us to where we're at right now today, Icon of the Islands, which is executive produced by super film director Pat Charles and super best-selling artist, best-selling book writer, my main man Anthony. And basically, it's a project compound, like she said, of different entities, record labels, and partners that basically saw the vision of the Caribbean needing a platform to take the talent to the next level. And me being a Caribbean descent and born and raised in the Virgin Islands, I have the ability to actually, let's say, put it this way, connect the dots when it comes to the islands as far as promotion. I have 16 years of promotional background, stemming from top artists from Damian Marley to MC Light to Genuine to hip hop artists like Rascal Dash, and the list goes on and on. Future, Donald Marr in the Latin market. The list goes way on. You can check out our website at vilpentertainment.com, and you'll see the whole list of our awards and all the artists that we've worked with in the last 16 years. And we're definitely proud to bring this product to the Bahamas, which is one of the key destination points for tourism throughout the whole Caribbean. And we felt it would have been a great highlight to put the Bahamas on this season, to actually highlight the opportunities as far as the beauty of the Caribbean and also the talent that the Caribbean actually have. So this is a great opportunity, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. Actually, to be happy to be the seed bearer of the project. And like I said, I'm glad to have such wonderful partners and sponsors, and we look forward for a great season.
All right. Pat, can you tell us a little bit about what it takes to pull something like this off?
Well, I just want to just start by saying that with Alvin's original vision, when it was Virgin Islands Idol, I think he hit basically a ceiling as far as where he was, and he needed to take it to the next level. And through a mutual friend of his, because he already knew some people in the music industry, they said, there's this guy, Pat Charles from BET, that does 106 in Park and all of these things, and he's done all of that, and he's done a lot of things in the realm of what you're doing, and he does television. We're gonna link you up. So it was almost like a match, pardon the pun, but the cliche, but a match made in heaven in a lot of ways, where we are very much the same. We're like kindred spirits in a way, where we have done so much for a greater good, and now we're merging it to expand. And that's how he ended up contacting me. And this was in 2015, early 2015. The year had just broken, brand new into 2015, and then he ended up getting on a conference call through a mutual friend. I'm going to put you guys on a call, and then I ended up, and I had already left BET as a day-to-day person on 106 in Park, and I had left that situation like a couple of years earlier in order to branch out into it as a third-party production. And what ended up happening is Alvin contacted me. I flew out to the Virgin Islands. We met. We spent days discussing all the ideas that we have for the Caribbean and to bring a talent search that would sweep the entire Caribbean. And fast forward to today, we have 22 TV deals just off of one TV show. We basically used all of the TV networks throughout the Caribbean as our YouTube. So we blasted out season 1, which is airing right now on cable Bahamas twice a week, and a lot of other islands, over 30 islands throughout the Caribbean. And it also airs in Europe, Canada, and the United States. And we're just getting started. This is all from a year and a half. So imagine what we're going to be doing in a year and a half from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now. We have a lot of things in the mix. But to answer your question, as far as what it takes, we just need a lot of the right crew. We have an incredible camera crew that's going to be handling a lot of our the rollout of the storylines and the auditions and the concerts and everything, capturing everything behind the scenes and with the artists that we discover. And we have people that can bring out the best stories. We have Anthony Boza on board, who's a best-selling author 8 times. He has 8 best-selling author. Out of 10 books that he's written, 8 of them have hit the New York Times bestseller list, which is an incredible feat, accomplishment. Imagine playing your first 8 games in Major League Baseball, and each of the first 8 out of 10 games, you hit a home run. That's never been done before. So imagine writing 8 New York Times. But my point is that we're going to be bringing out the stories of people that can, do the interviews and bring out the best of each artist. And so it's an all hands on deck situation. We're growing. We have incredible staff that we're employing, a lot of people from the Bahamas, a lot of very, very talented people that are very resourceful. And we have great partners. We have The Guardian, who helped us push, the first months, the first mentions of Icon of the Islands in the Bahamas all came from Hot 91.7 and Star and the other, the Guardian networks. So that was a very big thing, because that's when the first time anybody had heard of Icon of the Islands, that was through the Guardian. And Cable Bahamas, the first time anybody's seeing season 1, which was a pilot season, and we're getting ready for season 2, which begins today. Cable Bahamas, our TV channel 212, that is a very, very important part of milestone for us. That's the first time anybody has seen it, Icon of the Islands, and all of the Bahamas islands. That was on Cable Bahamas. Very important. Alive is very important to us as well, because they provided us phones. And but they are also a partner with us in getting the word out and making this experience an amazing experience. And you know, I look forward to the growth with a lot. And the BahamasLocal.com, which is a very important and influential site that helps bridge all the gaps for everybody that wants to know everything what's going on in the Bahamas. BahamasLocal.com, with all their unique visitors a day and every week and so on and so forth. That's a very important partner as well. So it's an all hands on deck situation. And when I tell you this is only the beginning, it's only the beginning. Breezes is the place where we're going to have the first auditions. So the first auditions in Nassau history for Icon of the Islands are taking place at Breezes tomorrow. And it'll be open to the public after we get to a certain point. The second half of the day, starting at 4 o'clock, we can allow audience members to come in and watch. The first half of the day is going through the preliminary auditions and narrowing it down to a certain number, the top 25, who are going to perform later that day. So that'll be open to the public on Saturday.
Anthony, can you just elaborate a little bit more on season 2 auditions?
Yeah.
What does that look like on the ground?
Well, we're gonna find out Saturday morning. Yeah, I just wanted to say quickly, like, I'm really excited to be a part of this. I was a staff writer at Rolling Stone for 8 years before all this, and that's where I met Pat. We worked together then, and I've never met anyone who's more dedicated to what he's doing, good at what he's doing, amazing people person, and just grinds. The guy, endless energy. So then meeting Alvin, you gotta take that. Never know, but you know,
I'm so sorry.
put him on blast. But just meeting our crew and Alvin, I'm even more excited. Everyone here is amazing. All of you guys too. But I think we do have a team that's going to give everybody really great, compelling television. And I feel like our sort of vibe is going to be great for the artists and contestants that we meet. We're going to nurture them. We're going to get to know them, and we're going to find some stars here. So that's one thing. For me, I mean, the Caribbean, the Bahamas, is responsible for so much of what's popular in music today. You can hear it from everybody. Beyonce, Drake. There's the Caribbean sound is in there. So for me, it's just a chance to discover who's next early on and get to know them and give them the platform for the world to hear them. Even some of the people that we're going to see are already stars here. Let's give them a shot to take it to the top. So I can't wait to see the contestants tomorrow.
And
there's going to be a lot of them. We're seeing a lot of people. We capped out. We maxed out pretty much, right? On our applications. So we're going to be busy.
And then maybe one day Anthony can write the next book.
Yeah.
The next best-selling author, the best-selling book on somebody from the Bahamas.
Selfishly, that is part of the reason. Can't blame you.
All right, so maybe we can hear a little bit about from our sponsors. If you can mind introducing yourselves and just tell us a little bit about why you thought it was important to sponsor Icon of the Islands.
All right, good morning, everyone. We look forward to compelling TV as well over at Cable Bahamas. When the organizers first approached us about Icon of the Islands, we jumped on board at this opportunity to bring our subscribers some new and exciting Caribbean entertainment, and they've actually been able to watch, as Pat indicated earlier, the first season of Icon of the Islands. It started at the beginning of the year. We actually just had the finale on Wednesday, so we definitely want people to know if they missed it, they can watch it again this Saturday. Just check your TV guide for the time. I think it's 6 o'clock. But 242 is full of some talented artists, so we're here rooting for them, and the opportunity to take the Bahamas and the talent that we have here. We know that we have some talent here in the Bahamas. And to take it to the world is something that Cable Bahamas is, as always, 110% behind. Okay.
I'm Paul Brown. I'm from the Guardian Media Group. That's Nassau Guardian, the Freeport News, Star FM, Hot FM, and Guardian Radio. We were excited when we met Caribbean Brothers a few months ago. They came, presented a proposal to us, and we really took advantage of it. I think we took advantage of them because they really have an excellent product. I think it's going to be super. From the Guardian's perspective, we're hoping we have a Bahamian who makes it to the semifinals, the finals, and eventually wins, because it'll be good press for us as well. We want to see Bahamian talent exposed to the world, and they have given us this opportunity to do that. We've had a few contestants in the Bahamas that developed an essence of a Bahamian icon, but never a Caribbean icon. So this is an excellent promotion to be involved in, and so we're pleased to be one of the media sponsors, and we look forward to the auditions tomorrow and then the competition later on in March. Excellent.
Bianca Sawyer from Alive.
Good morning, everyone. Alive, the Bahamas' newest mobile network company, is delighted to announce our sponsorship of Season 2 of Icon of the Islands competition. The mission of Icon of the Islands is to create new and entertaining revenue streams for labels, artists, brands, sponsors, and tourism marketing throughout the world, something that we at Alive fully support. And as a result, Alive has committed to being the official Powered by telecommunications sponsor of the competition. Music in the Bahamas is becoming popular among the young and not so young. Everyday new artists are emerging, some with traditional Bahamian rake and scrape sound, and others with new sounds, helping to develop the industry locally. This sponsorship underscores Alive's commitment to encourage art, music, and entertainment. Our financial support will assist with the production of the show as well as promotion of all the events. Additionally, the sponsorship gives us brand visibility and the ability to run on-ground promotions scheduled for the Bahamas. We truly see this as a great opportunity for us to invest not only in Bahamians who participate, but to our neighbors throughout the region. We hope that contestants and participants enjoy the positive experience that the event has to offer through its concert series, talent search, and TV reality show. We are extremely excited to participate in the preliminary judging of the auditions happening tomorrow and throughout the Caribbean. We will also have an Alive card after the audition, so that's something that we're extremely excited about. The power of the Alive brand, the strength of our partnership like this one with Icon of the Islands, and the passion of our people put us in a great position to have a lasting and meaningful effect on improving lives of thousands of Bahamians and millions throughout the Caribbean. Icon of the Islands is now officially alive. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. As our moderator said, I am Vanessa Mott. I am the marketing consultant and content developer for BahamasLocal.com, the largest website in the Bahamas. As Pat mentioned earlier, we do right now receive more than 15,000 unique IP visits every single day. So when it comes to being online in the Bahamian market, there's just no better place. We are so happy to be sponsoring Icon of the Islands. I have to say it's taken off at like, lovely lady Francesca called one day, asked for a meeting. We rushed that day, we rescheduled the meeting, I think twice in one day, got there, and I met these two wonderful gentlemen. They came into our office, and we knew that this was right for BahamasLocal.com. You know, for me personally, I'm also a media personality, goes under the moniker Sexy Vanessa. So I'm actually going to be one of the judges tomorrow. But you know, I have my own agenda in terms of pushing local entertainment. You know, I grew up, my mother, I always remember her telling me about being in Africa in the 70s and hearing the song Funky Nassau playing. And Bahamian music had made such an impact worldwide with people like Smokey Double O, with people like Ronnie Butler, Bahamian musicians who are truly world renowned. And so, for me, supporting Bahamian artists, I'm all about it. Supporting Bahamian music, whether it be the Bahamian genre of Rican Scrape, whether it be a little fusion with the calypso, a little soca, or even if it's into what we would, term here your foreign genres, right? Like your rap and R&B, all of that is a part of our culture. All of us throughout the Caribbean, being a part of the diaspora, we have the same roots. And so it's so exciting to not only be able to promote Bahamian culture, but to certainly also get to see these wonderful people from the other islands. And it's interesting because Pat mentioned how Alvin had kind of taken things as far as it could go in the market, in the Virgin Islands itself. And I think that happens to some of our Bahamian artists now. They're great, they record, they're on the radio, but then it's like, where do I go from here? How do I get into that big pond over there where now I'm swimming in a sea of tons of artists who are all really talented? Who's ever gonna see me? And so a program like this is so, so encouraging to know that, again, we have people who are like myself, interested in giving people further opportunity and actually getting them out there, because at the end of the day, we can compete globally. It doesn't matter what size the island is that you come from. I mean, New Providence is only 21/7. And, I'm kind of like Mr. Fernando, I'm pulling for the 242, so it would be really great. And of course, with the Bahamas, not just being a part this year, but basically being the Hollywood icon of the islands, we are looking forward to years of successful partnership, partnering with wonderful artists, and definitely giving them an opportunity to expand their brand even through BahamasLocal.com. So it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And as Anthony said, tomorrow is going to be interesting. A lot of auditions. We're going to need a lot of coffee. That's what I'm thinking. Yes. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, those mics. Yeah. Now, Indy, at some point, just let me know when you wanted to talk about the judges, because I have my notes about the judges
Please.
and the celebrities that are coming, or the help that we have.
Can you tell us a little about the timeline tomorrow?
Yeah.
How many registrations we have so far, and what's the process going to be like?
Okay, so there were 250 people who auditioned. Let me start over. There were 250 people that we allowed to sign up. We didn't want too many. We didn't want to have to go through thousands of people. We just wanted to have the most serious artists, or the people that have the most passionate dreams of making it in the music industry, to sign up. And we feel that we did get a lot of really good talent just by judging based on the links that a lot of them sent. There were a lot of people that sent in video links of themselves. Just that was one of the criteria in order to get an audition, because we didn't want too many people that have zero experience to be flooding our hallways trying to be a star when they haven't worked. There needed to be some type of criteria in order to even be able to be taken seriously, because this is a serious situation, because the music industry is a very serious landscape. It's not for everybody. And what we're doing is, tomorrow, there will be a good amount of people that show up that did receive auditions. We do feel like we'll expect some people that didn't really fill out a lot of any paperwork trying to come in. We'll deal with that when they get here. But as far as the people that are auditioning, there will be a good amount. And during the day, the goal will be to narrow down all of the people that come during the day, to narrow it down to the top 25. So the top 25 will perform starting at 5 o'clock sharp in the main ballroom with our main judges. There's a set of preliminary judges during the day that will have a very hard job of narrowing it down to the top 25. And those judges will include, and let me just tell you about some of the judges. During the day, we have Shaheem Reed. He's the president of Rhymes' imprint, Conglomerate Records. And He also is a legendary journalist. He used to work for MTV. Now he's one of the main consultants in the music industry. So that's Shaheem Reid. You spell that Shaheemreid is his last name. Then we have Donnie Scantz. That's his stage name. He's originally from the Bahamas, but he's gone on to write with Aaliyah, write songs for. He didn't grow up in Nassau. Let me just tell you that. He was born in the Bahamas, and he ended up moving out to Houston. And he's a writing executive, a writing partner for Brian Michael Cox, who wrote so many songs, including Mary J. Blige, Be Without You, and so many more. So Donnie Scantz is a very important person in the operation as well as far as a judge. He brings great credibility. And with him, what's great about him is, he's worked with Miguel, Aaliyah, so many Usher, so many more. So he's a very good person to have looking for the next Caribbean superstar. Other than that, assisting them will be a couple of our sponsors, which is sitting at the table right now. Bianca Sawyer will be one of the preliminary judges, and Vanessa Mott will be one of the preliminary judges. And then we'll have one more that we'll announce tomorrow. Besides, for the main judges, we have Angela Yee. She's from The Breakfast Club, a very world-renowned morning show, radio show. And she'll be one of the main judges tomorrow night. She arrives today, and you can listen to her interview later on today on Hot 91.7 and a couple of the other Nassau Guardian networks. So she'll be there. Angela Yee is going to be assisted during the evening auditions by a gentleman named Amir Wyndham. Amir Wyndham co-wrote Happy with Pharrell Williams. And him and Pharrell are best friends, but he's written, done a lot of things for a lot of movies. He scored a lot of movies. And then he also, this is a big one, he was also the A&R for Bruno Mars's last album. So Bruno Mars, huge worldwide superstar. Amir works with Bruno Mars and was responsible for helping him get that album together. So we have a very good, amazing, talented group of people. And then Donnie will be, again, a main judge. People in the Caribbean, we love to work. So Donnie was like, hey, Donnie, are you ready to be working all day from 8 in the morning until 8 at night? He's Caribbean, he'll handle it. So you know how we do. And then, so that sums it up for the judges. But Yandy Smith is the host of the entire next season, and she's actually going to be a co-executive producer. Yandy Smith is a co-executive producer of Love and Hip Hop, not just a star on it. I'm not much of a reality show watcher, but I do know Love and Hip Hop and how popular it is. And Yandy and I have been friends for a long time. She's a very long time, and she deserves a lot of credit for how she's been able to come up into the role that she is now, is doing not only what she, when she started, years ago when she was assisting Mona Scott, she was her assistant, and then she ended up, helping Jim Jones become a big artist, and now she's doing a lot of things in TV. And Icon of the Islands is going to be one of her babies. She loves the project, and you're going to see her getting very involved. You guys can interview her tomorrow. If you guys come at 10 a.m., you can have an interview with Yandy Smith. Yandy Smith Harris now, just so you know, she's married. So, and I think I hope that answers all your questions, India.
Just a reminder, we also have local social media expert, Tracy Papal, who will also be one of the judges as well.
She will be one of the preliminary judges.
All right, and the viewing audience that's watching you guys tonight, how can they be a part of any of the events coming up?
Okay. All right. First, let me outline the series of events, because the Icon of the Islands is actually a Caribbean tour. We start in Nassau, Bahamas tomorrow, April 1st, as the auditions right here at Breezes. The times for that are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that will be taking place right here at Breezes Ballroom tomorrow, April 1st. And then we move on to April 7th, which is Friday coming up, which is the all-white party. We're inviting everyone in the Bahamas to come out, enjoy themselves with the all-white party. is going to be actually the pre-party for the main concert on April 8th. So all the celebrities, Taurus Riley, Destra, all the performers on the 8th are going to be present at the all-white party. So we're inviting everyone to come out and have a great time. Let's make it a movie. You know, dress to impress. The cameras will be rolling. And the scenes will also be featured in the reality series that's going to be airing on TV. So that's very important for all the attendees to know. And then we're gearing up for the big, huge kickoff concert, April 8th. Taurus Riley, reggae superstar, alongside Dean Frazier, world-renowned jazz musician, along with Destra Garcia, the Queen of Bacchanal, hailing from Trinidad, along with Bahamas' very own Lady E. She's also performing. And we got the top DJs from the Bahamas, DJ Tank, DJ Kiddo, and we got international DJs, Black Chinese, and also DJ Nori, hailing from NYC. And that sums up the Bahamas' first round of the series. We then move on to April 22nd in the United States Virgin Islands with the auditions at the Sugar Bay Resort and Ballroom. That's going to be in St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. Followed by a white party featuring Yandy Smith, Angela Yee, Ryan Leslie, and all our featured celebrities at the all-white party in St. Thomas. And then we move on to the 26th again in the Virgin Islands, April 26th, with a huge carnival reggae fest starring Sizzla, Kalanji, and all the top Virgin Islands reggae artists from Desiree, Nayura, Jaman, Icarus, King Lion, and Irie Divine. They're all being featured on the Reggae Fest in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, which is April 26th. And then we move on from St. Thomas, heading down to St. Martin, which is May 6th. We're going to host our auditions in
St.
Martin with some of the top contestants from there. And then we bring back all those winners from all those islands back to the Bahamas for the huge grand finale scheduled for May 20th. All right.
And where can they watch Icon of the Islands?
Yes, right now all the information is posted on the website www.iconoftheislands.com. You see the whole schedule of events. You can purchase your tickets online. And if you're in the Bahamas and you want to attend the concert on April 8th, the ticket outlets are Airbus Junkies and Galleria Cinemas, both locations.
We'd like to open up the floor for any questions that you may have. So I want to know, what does the winner get?
That's a good one. Yeah, cut to the chase. Right?
I hope you got your pen and paper.
Yeah, you're
ready.
It's a lot, right? It's good.
All right. First, we're starting off with the Icon Award. Definitely great memorabilia for the winner to actually have for bragging rights. You know, it's going to be a very decorative award. We're also giving a record deal with major label support and distribution, which is going to be part of the Icon of the Islands package. So they are receiving a development deal along with a recording deal that's going to allow them to record an album, including a music video. They're going to receive $10,000 raw cash. So they can spend on whatever they like. They could go on vacation if they like.
They should go to studio time or
They
something.
should get to work.
Because we have to, there's a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do.
Because we're workers, so we don't stop. So they have to come, they have to be able to hang with us and roll with us.
Exactly.
Music video.
And they're also going to receive all expense paid trips to NYC, where they're going to actually be recording their project in one of the top studios between Platinum Recording Studios and Quad Studios. So they're going to be working with major producers, major songwriters, and they're definitely going to be in a development process once they win and become the next Icon of the Creek.
Yeah, and they also get a music video that from when they do their single, when we have a single picked out and ready to go, we're going to help them with that, and we're going to do a music video and get some support from our peers. Let me tell you about a couple of the other judges, if you guys don't mind. We also have in for the grand finale. But you know what? I'll tell you this. This is what we'll do. It's a lot of information. Ray Daniels manages Rock City, and he's he's one of the vice presidents at Interscope Records. And Interscope Records, you know, they're like a very major record label. They have Eminem, Dr. Dre, Lady Gaga. That's a big label. So he is coming, and he's looking for somebody to sign. The thing about Ray, I'll tell you one thing about Ray is that he's part of our family. and he has seen this thing grow. So he's probably, even though we're inviting other record label folks, he's going to be competitive to try to sign somebody before other people are. So you might see a bidding war if somebody's good enough. But we will have another press conference before it's time for the grand finale. So we'll tell you that. We'll do another one, and I'm sure by that time you'll see like a lot more traction. We're gonna be in a much bigger room, and we're really going to be having fun with what we're doing and ready to work hard. But I do want to tell you, if any artists are watching this now, come prepared and come ready to win and come to work ready to work, because this is not, the music industry is not for everyone, and you have to be very strong-minded, thick-skinned, and passionate beyond anything you've ever been passionate about in order to succeed. It's not for the faint of heart in any way. So if you're watching this, make sure that you're ready to work, because we're going to be working.
And also, in addition to their prizes, we want you to keep in mind that this is an actual TV reality show, and we're going to be filming the whole process from beginning to end. And all the finalists from each of those islands are actually going to be living together here in the Bahamas as they prepare for the grand finale. So we're going to have a mansion situation where all of the artists are actually going to be living and actually getting prepared for the grand finale, from physical training to vocal coaching to studio processing. Everything is going to be actually developmental skills for those talents for the week of the grand finale. And also keep in mind that those same finalists are going to be the stars of the reality show. So the exposure is very, very wide and broad as far as the exposure goes. All right?
Yeah, and there'll be voting situations as well, so that when we have the top 3 finalists picked by the end of Saturday, we're going to open it up to the public to get us a 4th finalist. And that will be done through our website and courtesy of a live, wild card that you could also vote on through a live. A live will open up their own voting system so that the Bahamians can pick out of the top folks that didn't make it into the top 3. There's 22 left over. Out of those 22, you pick that last person that will make it, and you could really change their life and help their dreams come true. And another thing I wanted to say about that is that we're all in this together, all of the Caribbean, everybody. We're going to be expanding every year and going to new islands. We're getting a lot of emails and inquiries and just so much interest being shown from other islands that really want us to come there. And some of them are doing pretty much anything that they can to get us there. So season 3, season 4, season 5, it's not just going to be the Bahamas. We're going to be more. We're looking at the Bahamas to be a very important partner, because what we would like to do is every year kick it off and bring it back to the Bahamas. And that's the goal. So that's why we've invested so much time, energy, money into the Bahamas being the first stop. And we're just hoping that everybody can merge together and help us, help the vision be flushed out together and keep the Bahamas front and center as a place to come back and have a grand finale so that every year it can keep growing. And the exclusive, by the way, let me just tell you, season 2 is going to be epic. And it's going to start airing on Cable Bahamas later this year. They have the exclusive of the show in the Caribbean. So Cable Bahamas, our TV has the exclusive for season 2 for everything that we're filming out here. And it's going to be packaged really nice. And I think that, let's have a party before it starts, right? We should have like a nice blue carpet party, somewhere at a really nice location and make this thing really awesome.
Where does the first one take place?
The Virgin Islands, United States Virgin Islands.
Okay, now, the thing, the Bahamas, but can you expand more in terms of why the Bahamas?
All right. For example, if you're familiar with like the American Idol, they go city to city to city, and they always use the Hollywood for their final stop. So we're basically using a similar formula with Bahamas being the final destination. After we visit all these different islands, we bring the Bahamas in as the grand finale spot. Basically, not only the Bahamas being one of the key tourism attractions in the Caribbean, but there's a lot of spotlight on the Bahamas from all the amenities and all the different, historical factors of the Bahamas. I think it's a great storyline, and it's a great position to have Bahamas headline this season too, and make it well known that the Caribbean has excellent talent, and we have a world-renowned location as the grand finale.
It made sense.
It made sense.
And it kind of happened by chance, I'll tell you. It kind of happened by chance in a way where we were looking for places. We were having talks with other islands, and we were like, okay, let's expand. And then a friend of ours, a gentleman named Donovan White, he ended up calling me up and said, he and I started talking. He's like, hey, you know what? I have some connections down to the Bahamas. And that's when I called Alvin. I said, you know what? How awesome would it be if we did to the Bahamas? And then it just all came together. It was sort of like, God's plan, the way that it all happened. And here we are. Indy?
Any other questions? I think there's one question that we all have to know, have to have answered. And, you mentioned, Alvin, Anthony, Pat, you mentioned exposure and investment.
Yeah.
And he said, why the Bahamas? And this has major benefits for the Bahamas. Can you expound a little bit more on that? How many people would be traveling here? The hotels that are occupied. How many locals have been a part of this whole project?
All right, let me start off by saying the Bahamas is very beautiful. For the scenic purposes, it's a very beautiful location, and it's going to make the reality show a hit. In addition to that, the population of the Bahamas being 300,000 plus is probably one of the main factors to grab the majority of the talent when you compare the population to other islands like the Virgin Islands and Dominica, Antigua, St. Kitts. But you have bigger markets of Trinidad and Jamaica that we're going to expand to next year. But Bahamas being a good starting point for the expansion throughout the Caribbean, it was perfect due to the population also. And especially with the magnitude of concerts that we're bringing, there's not too many islands throughout the Caribbean that can capacitate the magnitude concerts that we're promoting, as far as having multiple superstars star in one concert. So the Bahamas actually has an audience and the population to capacitate what we're trying to do and expand the brand throughout the entire Caribbean. So as far as contestants so far, there's 250 contestants. That's a whole bunch. That's a lot for a small island as the Bahamas. And like you said, we're going to narrow it down to the top, yes, but at the end of the day, think about the impact of 250 families being impacted by their son, their sister, their father, their cousin, whoever it is performing, helping them get ready for the finale. Home singing in the shower, getting ready for their performance and their audition, hoping to make it to the grand finale. So the impact in the Bahamas, we think we definitely penetrated. And with 250 auditionees, that's 250 families. And we think we did an excellent job, and we're proud to actually bring it to the Bahamas and be a positive influence musically in the Bahamas.
All right. And then the local complement, you have a big local team, and you have drivers.
Yes. We have a lengthy staff flying in. Let's just be very on point here. Flying in, we have over 100 people flying in for the whole entire Bahamas season. We're talking about from artists and entourage, celebrities and entourage, security, camera crew, staff, even just fans that follow Icon of the Island.
Yes.
Equivalent up to over 100 people actually. But just for the Bahamas, the impact, the heads in beds, it's definitely over 100, easy in the Bahamas.
This is just the first one. This is our first time touching down with the actual production. And then we are also hiring a lot of people from the Bahamas.
Yes.
And vendors, a lot of vendors that we're bringing a lot of business to. Yeah, it's a real serious thing. It's a big investment.
So if you want to count for the local, oh man, we're over 50 employees already for the Bahamas staff. So, it's
easy.
It's a good way to actually support the local economy but also, you gotta look at it as far as, strength and support wise from the Bahamas community towards the production is great. So I think it's a win-win situation for all parties.
So just want to remind everyone that tomorrow at 7 p.m. there's the semifinalists, and with over 250 people who are coming to audition on this.
Say 4 p.m.
Okay.
Just 4 p.m. for them arrival. 4 p.m. Good.
4 p.m. We have 80% of them are Bahamians. So the likelihood that Bahamians are going to be in the semifinals very strong. So people who want to come out and watch it, please come out. It's $5 for kids again and $10 for the adults. It'll be great. We're going to be to the semifinals because we're just that talented. So everyone, again, come on out and support.
Yes.
All right. And
You
talking
might see
about
the
support.
winner.
Mhm.
You might see the winner first.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
Of course, we're going to see the winner here in the
Yeah,
Bahamas.
that's right.
Oh, and Donnie Scance is born in Grand Bahama, in case you were wondering. The one judge that is Bahamian, he was born in Grand Bahama.
Yes.
And he is written with Aaliyah, Usher, Miguel, and a lot of people.
And again, we thank our sponsors. You can't do this. Something like this just does not happen without people coming together. Sponsors and
Yes.
support. All right? Bahamas Local,
Alive,
Alive, Cable Bahamas, Nassau Guardian
Guardian.
Group. We thank you. We thank you. We
Yes.
thank you. We also have a few shout outs to some other sponsors, people who would have gotten us here. We have Galleria Cinemas. We have Airbrush Junkies. We have Lux Worldwide Destination Events. Obviously, Supercar Breezes. We have the Malia Nassau Beach Resort. We have the Para Lounge. We have the National Stadium and Sports Center Complex. And we have our beverage partner, Forever Entertainment. And we also had assistance by Bahamas Ministry of Tourism and the Bahamas TV and Film Commission. All right, and media, for all of you guys who want to know how to be a part of this, all the social media people out there in the Bahamas, the bloggers, the vloggers, the Instagrammers, come on out. We invite you out tomorrow to come and cover it, shoot it, and let's get the word out. Bahamians doing big things. 80% of us here at the finals tomorrow, at the auditions tomorrow, and we're going to be at the semifinals as well. So see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Thank
And
you for coming out.
just as an incentive.
Oh yeah,
as
a
an
couple things
incentive-
before all the cameras turn off.
Yeah, just
I
as
know
an
we gave you a lot of
incentive
information.
for all the fans, the whole audience out there, just as an incentive for the kickoff concert. If you want to get your tickets, the tickets are available at Airbus Junkies and Galleria Cinemas, both locations. We're actually also giving the first drink for the first 2,000 people is on us. So, so come on out.
Before 9 p.m.
Before 9 p.m. Come on out
On
the
April-
8th.
On April 8th.
Yes, April 8th. Come on out. The first drink's on us. Come and party with the stars. Destra, Taurus Riley, come on out. It's going to be a blast.
All right, I want to do something for. Are we on live? Okay. So I want to do something that's not going to be live. This is for the TV show only. So you can shut down. Thank you, everybody. You can watch the TV show for this exclusive part.
And just to make mention that all the VIP tickets include food and drinks. All you can eat, all you can drink with photo ops with the celebrities all night. Only $100 get you in, and $100 get you into the white party and also the kickoff concert. So all you can eat at the kickoff concert,
And
$100, eat and drink, photo ops, and you're good for the whole entire weekend.
Tickets on
We
sale
want to
this
thank.
week too, right?
Sorry.
Tickets are on sale at Breezes as well this week, aren't they?
Yes, at the audition. You can
Yeah.
purchase your tickets also at the audition. Correct. All right.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. That is right. I just got to make sure.
Try to get it.